Hello. Thank you all for being here tonight. Tonight is our last meeting of 2024. So we appreciate you guys joining for the last meeting of the year officially. If we don't get to talk to you before Christmas, which I know it's coming here in the next few days, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do out there on the road. I know some of you are going to actually be at home with the family enjoying Christmas. Some of you guys are going to be out on the road. Just know that we're here. We hope that everything goes well. If you're going to be staying on the road for those days, be safe. We bless you, and we hope that you have a wonderful time, even if you're not able to make it home by then. We have some updates on the Dispatch AI, and we just want to touch on that subject a little bit more. It was a lot to cover just in one meeting this last month, so we're probably focusing on that for the rest of the meeting today. So without further ado, I'm going to let Peter start with that, while I'll continue to take the names for the 300 drawing at the end of the meeting. Just remember to stay tuned until the end so that if your name gets called, you have that chance to have that extra money for the Christmas gifts if you're doing like a last minute shopping. Thank you all.
Yep. Yes, so if you are coming in, welcome again. Yes, thank you for all that y'all are doing. And as this day closes, I also want to just wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yes, and all right, Dispatch AI, right? The latest update is that we've rolled it out. We've given a login to a lot of you guys, and we ourselves have been testing it and trying to see, where else we can improve it and so forth. So I can say that as of right now, as of today, we did test an actual, our own, what do you call it? Like specific,
in-house.
Yeah, in-house. Yeah,
test.
In-house. That's a good one. Yeah, in-house test to basically have everything under microscope to see what could have been, what should have been, and all of that. And the goal was basically to make sure that every single load, every single action that we do, it would be to where like you have, as if you have no dispatch experience. Okay, as if this was just given to you. You know how to drive, but hey, figure it out type of thing. And also trying to make it as realistic as possible, with all the things that happen over the road, so that's why we didn't take a brand new truck for this test, but we wanted something to where we know for sure that is a good average, good, truck, but is able to give us what we need as far as the test. So, no dispatch experience needed for this Dispatch AI. The big question that we've trying to answer for a lot of you guys as a self-dispatched owner-operator, when you get this, when you are in a truck, okay, what is the next best load, right? And then, which direction do you want to go? Which direction should you go? Which direction will make the most money for you based on where you are at that time and so forth? So as you know, we take all of this data from the FreightWaves, analytics, from the load board, from the PDP website, looking where you are, the previous load, and the preferences about you specifically. And then, and the logs also, because obviously we want to make this legal. So all of that is given and fed to the AI, and then it spits out, lanes and so forth. And I was very pleasantly surprised, that on this first test, I would say that we've hit some good, goals that we wanted to see. Like, for example, we would, look at what kind of lanes that it was giving and trying to test and see, make sure we're able to actually book those loads based on the recommendations that it's saying. Because as you know, just because, all those maps, they show that, oh, go to here, that's a good area. But when you look on the load board and the amount is much, much less, like, who is lying here? Where's the disconnect? So we were able to test and prove that, yes, you are able to use this system and practically know what is the good number that you can bid on, between high and low. And I mean, even if it sounds crazy, if the high number sounds crazy, you know what? Let's just go for it. That's what the program says. Let's try it, right? And we did. We did that. And of course, some brokers said, well, absolutely not. This is ridiculous. Where are you getting those numbers? And we're like, okay, click, call the next one. And sure enough, the next one was able to give us exactly the numbers that, we wanted it. So I really like this. And I have a screenshot of here, all the numbers. I'm probably going to email you all of this just so y'all can see. Basically, the idea was this driver, he lives in Dallas, Texas, or Midlothian, Texas, and we wanted him to go out, come back within a week, which I know that Texas is probably not the best area. There's other areas that are much better. There are some worse, I will give you that too. But looking at this, basically he did 2,182 miles. For driving, it took him about 36 hours of driving. It took him about 7 days in all. He left on Monday after lunchtime, and he was able to come back with a load in a truck, to the house on Sunday after lunch, and then he just went and delivered that load on Monday morning, and he was done for the day and pretty much went back home. So I mean, if you take in all of those bits and pieces, he was home, for at least a day about total, but just different parts of the week. And yeah, I mean, he was able to, I would say, 36 hours of driving is not too much for a whole week. I mean, obviously, you guys, I know that it's possible to drive way, way more. But the goal was not so much to drive a lot of miles or drive a lot of hours. The goal was, to try to maximize the rate per mile and to get the most out of net. So, as you know that, looking at these numbers, we went out from Waxahachie with a multi-stop to deliver in St. Rose, Louisiana, which is by, what's that big city there?
Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which...
Baton Rouge, Metairie from New Orleans.
Yes, New Orleans, thank you.
New Orleans.
Yes, New Orleans, yes. And out of that area, I mean, all the stops were right there on the way. And then that load was all in all miles, it was $2.01. But loaded only miles was $2.71. The next load, and he picked it up on Tuesday, delivered it on Wednesday, had about half a day doing nothing because he finished before lunch and he just wanted to rest a little bit. So we got him a load on Thursday morning from Louisiana to Kentucky. And what's interesting, as we found out when he was in Dallas, we were looking for the lanes. It was giving us like different directions. But then when we went to Louisiana, it changed a little bit on those directions, which was interesting to see. And then every time you're able to but it's always trying to direct you back to home. And I mean, to me, that was very important because I know not everybody wants to go home all the time, but there's still a lot of y'all that do want to go home all the time. So it was important for us in this test to make the point of, yes, you're able to make the route and come home and come back home. So yeah, on second load, it was from Louisiana to Kentucky, one pick, one drop. That one paid $1.80 per mile for all, and $1.83 for loaded, which it was literally like very, very close by. It was only 8 miles. And the reason why we actually struggled with this one specifically, we could have gotten much, much better rate on this, but we think we still did decent because this driver specifically did not have a TWIC card. And as you know, when you go into those port cities, heavily port cities specifically, pretty much all of the loads there, do require a TWIC card. And if this guy specifically had a TWIC card, then of course we could have done much, much more. As you know, those pay a little bit more. So that was just a very important point. And then, so he was able to deliver on Friday and pick up a load all by lunchtime, drop and pick the next load. And that was only 74 miles away. And that load was also from Kentucky back to Fort Worth. Yes, and loaded rate per mile was 215. And the all in all was $1.97. So if I combine all of those together, that comes out to be 2,182 miles total. The pay on that was $42.67 total. I mean, this guy, he pretty much knows what he was doing. So, and this is a van, by the way. By the way, this is a van trailer. Excuse me. So, all rate per mile was $1.96, and loaded only rate per mile was $2.22. So, overall, basically, what I'm trying to get at is with these numbers, of course, there's a possibility to do better than this. I mean, I've seen some of you guys do much better than this. But again, we were not trying to prove that we can max and do best and all that. We were just trying to prove the point of having Dispatch AI. This is what they're offering. This is what we need to follow, what the program tells us basically, and see what it is. And it would give us, a range of what to shoot for when it comes to negotiating. Like if this lane says, you need to, it will be anywhere from $800 to $1,500, for example, then let's just ask for $1,500 and see what happens, type of thing. When you go on the load board, all the load board prices were actually showing only $1,000. So, obviously the discrepancy is there, but I'm happy to announce that, we were definitely able to ask for more. And on that first one, we got 425, so which was very close to the 500. Even though the bare minimum the program was saying about 800, or I think it was 800, something close to 900, and the load board was only showing 1,000. Okay. So, but what's nice about this program, what's nice about this Dispatch AI is, I've heard a lot of you guys say, well, when do you know when to negotiate and how much to negotiate? And that's like literally one of the big answers that we're trying to do with this program. Because, it's not enough. Okay, so the load board says it's $1,000. Great. Do I just settle? How do I know? And then when you look at those maps, I mean, you guys said like, okay, well, what does the colors mean? That doesn't still tell me, if I need to negotiate more or not. And this program does. It literally told us what the market is, what's the volume is it good for carrier, is it good for the shipper, and then the range. And we were able to follow that and get it done. And I think that this proves, very, very big that, a lot of you guys say when I talk to you, what kind of loads you're booking or what are you looking for? And a lot of y'all say, well, you know, if it's $2 or more, usually I'll take it, or I'll try to do $2 or more. But a lot of times when you are actually looking at the load board and you're saying, I'm here, you know, it gives you literally, you know, all 360 directions to go, and which one's good, which one's right, right? So if you just see something over $2, you just hop on it because you're thinking that's a great load. Well, with this program, we were able to book loads that are over $2. And if you average them out, I mean, it came out at $2.22. And again, I was very, very adamant to make sure that, number one, this is somebody that has no experience. I mean, we want to keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, I would say that overall, when I talked to the dispatcher, so Cynthia was helping out with Meredith, but I was kind of trying to just overwatch without too much, you know, controlling it and stuff like that, but trying to see how they were doing it and so forth. And what I've seen was, I think that overall, you can really cut your time, how much you need, you know, usually how much you spend on figuring out what's the next load. So like, I've talked to many of y'all and I asked, you know, like how many hours does it take you approximately on every day that you're booking yourself a load? How much hours or time does it take you to figure out what's good and then actually book something? And some of you said with some really good experience, it takes you at least 1 hour to kind of figure out, you know, which direction to go, if that's a good lane, even if you've gone through that lane before, but you at least look at the load board and see, okay, that's kind of what it's out there, right? So you do some, I guess, before type of booking analysis of yourself, maybe reading into some of the data analysis, you know, somewhere to see what's out there, but you don't actually book, right? And then you actually start booking. And if you have no experience or you have very little experience, I would definitely think that you know, it would take you a lot more. I would range at least 2 or 3 hours possibly, you know, if this is like literally your first week, first month, something like that. But yeah, I would say that this program can cut that pretty much to 1 second or however long it takes to load it. And that's the goal, basically. We're trying to give you a tool that can pretty much give it to you on the platter, you know, based on where you are, based on the market out there, based on your logs, based on your previous load, like all the data that it reads. And it reads it every single time you load the page, okay? So it's not just one time, you know, a day or something. No, every single time that you load the page. It reads all of that and it says, this is the lane. And then we've seen that when you actually refresh the page, because we've tried to, like, you know, test, right? When you refresh the page a couple times a day, for the most part, about 85% of the time, it would keep you in the one direction. But sometimes it would say some other direction. And we would look into that also. Because like coming from Midlothian, it was telling us to go to, you know, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you know, that New Orleans area. But also, it was, where other places was it telling us? Tennessee. So yeah, there was a route to go to Tennessee straight. And then when we were in, you know, in Louisiana, it was sometimes telling us to go back to Dallas for a lower price, or if we go through Tennessee, if we went through Houston and Atlanta. Atlanta was another option, which we did like the Atlanta also. I mean, that was, I mean, if we did that one, that could have probably made a little bit more money for sure because of the extra miles. But we would still be way, way more than enough, you know, with the hours on the logs. So anyway, there you have it. Another note that the driver mentioned that I think is very worth mentioning, and this is true not just with this dispatch AI, but just all like something good point to mention is that he was saying from his experience, if you book loads to have about 450 miles per day travel, or up to, it works out very well with the logs, because this load that he had, one of the loads that he had, let's see, 708 miles, and then the next one was 610. That 610, that was kind of like, what's the word? Like, it was here nor there, type of thing. Like, so he was kind of saying like, okay, this load, if it was a little bit more miles or if it was a little bit less miles, he would possibly be able to actually load on that day after he delivered. But he couldn't because of those hours, the way it all worked out. So that was kind of interesting thing, also to mention. Yes. But overall, I think that what the program proves is that with this Dispatch AI, currently as is, which obviously we're already working on another version of it to improve on this, but just with what we have so far, it can literally cut your time on figuring out what's the next best load. And every single time you have a load in our system, it recalibrates and says what's your next load. So you don't even have to wait towards when you deliver the load. If you know that you're delivering it tomorrow and you're still in transit, you can pull it up as long as the load is in our system. When you pull it up, it recognizes that and it says, okay, the next best load after that is this. And then you can, figure out what you want to do after that. Yeah, so there's a few questions that I see that y'all were asking as I was speaking. So, yes, how to change a home base on a Dispatch AI. For now, the only way to do it is, yes, if you reach out to the shipping specialist team or admin team, BTO integration, just contact somebody in the office and we'll be able to change that. Yes, but that does not have to be the same address as what the address is on the BTO company name.
Correct.
Yes.
Because right now that's how it is for majority of you, unless you contacted us and gave us a different city and state. So if you do want to have that change, just let us know what city and state. And it can also be, maybe a preference that you have, or if you have family somewhere that you visit often, then just let us know.
Yeah, I think the best way to think of this is home base is not really like where, like for some, if you don't have a home base, right, you can just choose a place where you want to go back to, kind of thing, which I would recommend to just have some kind of best area that's year round, for example, and it will just always constantly take you back there.
That's a good idea.
Does that also put your home base for the ELD?
No.
I know all the ELD is Midlothian, and that's not my home terminal is at my residence.
Yeah. No. This is strictly in the Dispatch AI purpose only, so that it can recognize where to take you back to, basically.
And when we mention that is based on what we have on the PDP side, we're talking about your information as an owner-operator on the PDP side.
Yeah.
Not the information from Motive.
Yeah, not Motive, and not even what you have for the BTO company name. So, yeah. Just something to think about is, where would you like to go back to all the time, I guess you can say, right? Because I know that the concept of, well, I just want to make money, right? I just want to make the most money, and let's drive everywhere. Let's go everywhere. Yes, but some of you guys, when you say everywhere, you don't want to go into certain areas. Like, I don't want to go to the east, for example, or northeast, or I don't want to go to the west, or So anyway, it's right now that's what that means. So far, it's been working, and just because it's constantly trying to take you back there doesn't mean you have to go back there. And if you've seen here, let me show you this. Oh shoot, I didn't even show this. Okay, so this is a map how it took us, if you want, like it visually, right? So it started in Fort Worth, and it said, you know, to go here. We went down south to Louisiana, and then from here, I mean, we could have went back, but it said that we would be better off if we went up north here to, you know, Kentucky. There was option to go to Atlanta, you know, so. As you can see, we did like a loop or like a circle. We didn't really, or a triangle. It wasn't like a straight back and forth. And primarily, that's what you want to do. You know, when I'm a dispatcher and I'm trying to dispatch you, that's kind of what I always want to do. You don't ever want to come back straight because that will damper you. So, but the idea is, where do you want to end up at? And you can put that location anywhere in the U.S., basically. Anywhere 48 states right now. Like, we don't do Alaska for now. Or Hawaii. Okay.
All right, so the next question. Rudy is just saying, I need login information for Dispatch AI. Rudy, I did see an email last week that went out requesting your username and password to be created. So you should have received an email. Just remember, the email comes from Class 8.
Yes.
So if you see anything that Class 8,
do not spam it.
yes, if you see anything that says Class 8, it's from the Dispatch AI. So go back into your email. We can always have them reset that for you because I think that link expires. So we will probably have to have them send that to you again. So just contact us in the morning and we'll be able to do that.
Another question is Dispatch AI on the dashboard or only, or is there one for the app? So right now it is for a big screen. Strongly suggest either a tablet, computer, but not a phone, unless you have those big flip phone, you know, like those unfoldable ones. Like those are better a little bit. But even then, like I would strongly suggest to get a tablet, even a, I don't know, 8-10 inch or something like that, because unless you like everything big, all the letters, yeah, I would like just get a bigger screen. It's not that expensive to get it on a tablet, but the idea is that as a dispatcher, like this is where the logic is for now. Like there's so much you want to see and handle. Like technically, if you've been to a dispatching office, like they always have these big screens, like 2 or 3 screens around themselves. Why? You know, we are working on another version that will have a different user interface because we do recognize that what we have right now was just something we slept on to just kind of start. But we do see some negative things about it, and we do want to make some changes to it. And eventually, maybe we will have an app. But the idea is that there's, you know, as a dispatcher, even though you guys are owner-operators, you know, there's a lot more to it than just, you know, calling a load. So it would be much better if you're able to have just a little bit bigger screen than the phone. Yes, but we are working on another user interface already that should come out within, I want to say 1-2 months. And that one will actually have some other extra features that we've been working on.
Okay. How will we go about changing the current location time empty? This actually goes based on the previous load or the load that you're on. So if the information reflected on the rate confirmation is different from the actual delivery date or time, just let us know, let the shipping specialist team know. They can go ahead and update that on our system, and our system will communicate that information to the Dispatch AI.
Yep.
Damien, when do we get our login? You have to be set up right now. We have to send an email with your information in order for them to set you up. So the office can do that for you in the morning as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of manual stuff, but again, with the next update, we will have a lot more flexibility on it, and we will continue updating it. Yes, as I mentioned, this is the first beta that we have right now.
Correct.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes, and everybody is welcome to use it. I strongly suggest, look, if your numbers are anything less than what I just talked about today, okay, which you know who you are if that's the case, I strongly suggest, please, just there's absolutely no reason why you need to struggle. Like, it's out there. Like, if you're booking loads under $2 a mile, if you take a week worth of stuff and you're not gonna make it with booking such low paying loads. And the goal is not just booking big loads either. Like, there's this medium and it's constantly changing. And this program is literally able to do all the calculations for you. I mean, only thing you need to do right now is to execute. And with the next update that we're working, we're even trying to solve that, where it will execute for you. Like, it will actually book loads for you. That's our goal. But the idea is, the way we see it, this Dispatch AI is an assistant to you to be a much more effective and efficient, self-dispatcher. Everything that we do at PDP is with the idea of how to benefit you, the owner-operator. Okay, this tool can clearly improve your chances. And look, if you are, if you can do better, which I know a lot of you guys are doing better than these numbers, I mean, that's even great. And that's one of the tests that we want to prove also. But the idea is that this program already proves the concept. It already proves that it's able and capable to predict and give you legitimate lanes. You know, it even able to predict and give you where to negotiate, how much to negotiate, when not to negotiate. Like, it literally just uses colors. I mean, we were trying to think of the most easiest way how to make it look like, look, green is good, right? Yeah, we were thinking about the stoplight, right? You guys see stoplights all the time, right? Well, our stoplights have different colors. You can have green, green, red, at the same time. So that means, okay, that's not really good, but it's not really bad either. All right, let's see, what else?
Mario seems it needs an option for weight. That's his comment.
Okay. Yes. That's another thing. We've been, as we've been doing this, we've been, sharing and trying to figure out and, what's good. So, like, that type of feedback is good. We need all the feedback that we need, that we can get. Because the point is, we're trying to figure out how to translate that and obviously how to incorporate it and make it meaningful. Yes, like another thing that we found out was Twig card. How can we make that happen? And we were thinking, yes, we definitely need to, but the problem is the Twig card, whenever they put it on the loads, it's always in the notes. So that could be, it's just extra bit of thinking on the coding side. But yes, we'll definitely think of that too on the weights.
Okay. And that is it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a direct message.
Yeah, the phone doesn't show everything that would be shown on a tablet. That occurs pretty much with any website. Yes, I agree. And because the AI, the Dispatch AI, when you scroll down, I don't know if you guys figured out on some of it, you can scroll down. It shows you actually the map and the directions which you're going to be traveling. Like, it's hard to see all of that on the phone, but okay. Alrighty, I think that's good. Yes, and we will finish on time. Yes, perfect. Okay.
Okay, we're breaking a record on 2024. We're actually going to be finished before 7. All right, guys, so just a quick reminder, everyone who is here tonight is going to get 3 points added to your BTO report card. Let us know if you don't know what we're talking about. I think majority of you already know or have heard about the BTO report card. But if you haven't, or if you have any questions on that, let us know. We can help you. And besides that, you are also getting a chance to win $300 tonight. And it is a month of giving, so usually, Peter, around the holidays, that's more than 2 names. So
Yes.
we should do 3.
Yes,
So
we'll do a little bit more
you get an
today.
extra chance to win the 300
Yes.
for tonight.
Okay,
And
so I
then
got...
after that, we'll go ahead and do the MVO, the Most Valuable Owner Operator Award. So do not sign off just yet.
All right, Nate, can I please see the screen?
And we're ready.
Here we go, the wheels of names. So the first winner is... Again, when this name pops up, you need to be here, and you need to say that you're here. And the name is...
Phil Harris.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Phil.
I see him there. So, Phil, just say hi real quick.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah.
There he is.
Yes, there you
Sit
go.
down.
All righty.
All
You're
righty.
welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. The second winner of $300 is... And yes, everybody does get 3 points, positive points
Yes.
on the BTO card,
So,
just for being here. So...
Lee Burrell.
Oh, no, okay. Just make
Yeah.
sure it's just because it does
It
that
did-
sometimes.
Yes, it
Yes,
did.
Lee,
stop.
are you here?
Lee?
Yes, I am here.
All righty, Lee. Just
Yes.
checking.
Yes, already?
Okay. And this month we're doing a
3.
third winner.
Yes,
Tres.
let's do 3. Tres. Everybody ready? Michael Ballantyne.
Michael Ballantyne. Congratulations.
Michael, are you here?
Michael Ballantyne.
Let me see.
Going once. I do see him here. Let me ask him to unmute. I just did that.
I just
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks, you
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you
Happy
guys.
holidays to you all too.
Thank
to
you. We
too.
appreciate that. Same to you all.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so the next thing is MVO.
Most Valuable Owner Operator Award. And for that, we also have 3 prizes. The first place will be getting $1,000 tonight. The second place will be getting $750, and then we have a third place winner that will be going home with $250.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and announce who those winners are.
And I'll start from the third place.
Third place.
Okay. It is drum roll. Antoine Smith.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, that's $250. The second place is, drum roll, Terrence Spencer. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's $750. Would you like to do the honors for the first one?
Yes.
Okay,
And
the
we
drum
have
roll.
first place winner, Jason Mirkovich.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Jason.
All right. Yes. Thank you guys for, again, being with us. I mean, we're going to be here. The year is just starting. I didn't really even, or the next year is just starting. The season is just starting. I mean, I haven't even had a chance to talk about the market too much, but I know for sure, looking at everything, it's progressing the similar way how it was in 2016 and 17, which, as you know, 17 was a pretty good year, and then 18 was one of the record years for a lot of us. So it's pretty much primed to do a similar thing next year and as we go into 26. And another very, very important point is that winter between after the election of 16 and 17, economically speaking, it was very mild winter. So I think it's going to progress and do a similar thing. Of course, I can't really tell the future. I'm not a prophet, but we will see. But the idea is if it is anywhere similar, You know how we had a big drop of rates last year right after Christmas? As long as if we don't see that this year, then that's pretty much proving the same idea that it is on the same path. So that's something I'm looking for. That's in the near future. Other than that, yes, Merry Christmas,
Happy
New
holidays.
Year.
Our next meeting is going to be on January 20th at
Yes.
6 p.m.
It's also
Sorry
a Monday.
about the email that I sent that said a different time. It is 6 p.m. It's always at 6 p.m. and it's always on a Monday.
Yes. We'll see y'all.
Thank you.
Yes,
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Goodbye.